Welcome to the Truth to Power show, and my name is Beverly D. And today I have Dr. Yaffa Bay. Now, every time Dr. Yaffa Bay, she always come on with a lot of information. And today is not going to be an exception. For those of you who are not familiar with Dr. Yaffa Bay, she's a writer, she's a lecturer, she's a hypnotist, she's a speed reader, and the dictionary is her favorite book. She also has a website, yaffabay.com. And today she's going to be discussing the billions of dollars that are being made from black people body parts and their organs. Let me pull Dr. Bay up here. Dr. Yaffa Bay, are you there?
Hi, Beverly. Yes, I am, sweetheart. How are you today?
Great, great. And I want to thank you for coming on again, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me on, and thank all of your listeners for thinking it's worthwhile taking time out of their busy schedules to even hear anything that I have to say. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can hear you good.
Okay, good.
Now,
before
today,
we start,
go ahead. You got to talk about.
Ahead.
You got to talk about the billions of dollars that are being made from black people body parts and organs, and the melanin, and it's a lot going on in that industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. But before I begin, I need to say to all of the listening audience and communities, and to anyone out there that considers himself a Yaffa fan, I am fully aware that there are approximately 100 people waiting on a response from me on Facebook. Let me say for the record, I do not Skype, Twitter, tweet, MySpace, Yahoo Group, Boxbee, AIM, or Facebook. I am simply not a part of any of those environments. I am not even officially signed up with YouTube. I can watch YouTube, but I cannot comment because I do not partake in any of those types of communities. I just want that said for the record because I do not want anyone out there but thinking for one moment that I am ignoring your waiting for me to be your Facebook friend or whatever the deal is. I'm simply not a member, even though if you put in Yaffa and Facebook, Facebook has this big lie out there that says, Yaffa Bay is on Facebook. Please join Facebook if you want to be her friend. Yaffa Bay is not on Facebook now, nor has she ever been. And I understand that people are waiting. I simply want them to know why they're not getting a response from me. I am not part of any of those types of communities. If you want to confer with me, you can contact me at 213-928-6155, or you can contact me through email at yaffabay, Y-A, F like Friday, another F like Friday, A, B like boy, E-Y, Yaffa Bay at access, that's A, C like Charles, E, S like Sam, S like Sam, the number 4, that's Yaffa Bay at access, the number 4, and the word less, L-E, S like Sam, .net. Or you can go to yaffabay.com and send a question through the frequently asked questions section. That will come to me via email, and I can respond to you. If you sign my guest book, that will sit out there until I look at it, and I look at that thing every 3 to 6 months. So I just want people to know I am not ignoring you. I am just not a member. Okay. Thank you for letting me put in that little thing. Okay. What I want to talk about, let me give you first a major definition. We've all heard the term melanin, melatonin, but the definition of M-E-L, mel means dark, it means strong, it means great and numerous. It also means honey. Now, the reason it's important for people to know that the word mel means honey is because there's a word called honian, spelled H-O-N-I-A-N. And remember, vowels are removable, and interchangeable. The word honian means to abuse or revile. Now, there are people out there that revile us because of something that we have that they don't, and as such, they have chosen to abuse us regularly because they're jealous of what we have that they do not have, which, by the way, they had a few hundred years to officially acquire what we have, meaning while we were asleep and generously giving our genetic strands of CPA, also called DNA, to people through hybridizing, half-breeding. I hear static. Is that a feedback? I don't know if anyone else hears it or not. Is that coming from my end?
I don't hear it. If anybody hears it, could you please write to me in the chat room if you hear static? I'm not getting it on this end.
Okay, I just want to make sure that people can hear me because I'm hearing a static feedback. But while we were in our unconscious, unaware, unawake state of self-hatred to the point that we hated being melanin rich so badly that we gave away our genetics, claiming to marry lighter, brighter, and whiter. We wanted prettier children with light skin and good hair, whatever that is. Our self-hatred has devolved to the point that melanin-rich people, and I mean youth, are spending $17,000, $18,000, $19,000 to go to European surgeons and allow them to cut into their eyeballs to get rid of the brown and give them eye implants, iris implants, to make their brown eyes blue and green. That's how bad things have gotten for my people. And I know that has something to do with a lot of the subliminals. But I'm saying all of that to say, while we were in this self-hatred mode, and believe me when I tell you, we are coming out of it now. Not as fast as I like, but faster than I think the enemy realizes. But when we were in that state, we were giving away our genetics. And while we were giving away our genetics, trying to have what we thought were prettier children, this was the opportunity for these people that have Honian revile and abuse for us to actually get grafted back into the melanin-rich family and become melanin-rich themselves. Meaning, if I am melanin-rich and I'm a sister and I get with you for whatever reason, because you raped me or because I'm trying to survive or whatever my reasoning is, be it male or female, and I'm having sexual relations with someone out of the race, and I am allowing myself, or as a male, I'm allowing you to have a child by me that would make your child melanin-rich, that is your opportunity to take that melanin-rich child, and as that child grows up, have them be aware that they need to go and reunite with someone else that's also melanin-rich so that their child comes out darker. And that child needs to get with someone melanin-rich so that that child comes out darker. If that had been what these invaders had done, by now they would be an official part of the melanin-rich family that had reacquired their own melanin officially. They would still have their bloodline genetics, and they would still have their family name, but they would have the melanin richness that makes them one with nature. You know what I'm trying to say? But instead, somehow we have it all bass-backward, and we're losing our melanin. Instead of these people becoming darker, our people have become lighter. We've lost it. We've gone nuts. But let me also say that there's a word called meliorate, and the reason I'm giving you the definition, because I always try to start out with words and definitions. The reason I'm giving you definitions is because it all starts with words for me, as you announced. M-E-L is the same as M-E-R. Vowels are removable and interchangeable because L and R are one and the same letter. Technically, they are the same, and they can be interchanged. So M-E-L is the same as M-E-R. And if you drop the E, you have M-L, which makes it M-R. M-R goes back to more, and for me, that goes back to melanin richness, M-R, melanin rich. Now, the individuals that don't comprehend this, that the word male also means, like I said, it means dark, strong, great, numerous. It means honey. It also means mana and darkish. And back in the day, I told people that mana means supernatural force and power. You comprehend? I'm saying all this because I want my people to understand something. The word melon, like a watermelon, melon, one of the definitions of melon is grapevine. A melon is a grapevine or a branch. That's what they're talking about when they, in your so-called Christian Holy Bible, about getting grafted back into the true vine and becoming part of the real branch of reality. But our people want to live in this fake illusion with these people that want to stay stuck in their fake illusion. And the only reason they're trying to stay in that illusion, those so-called would-be elites at the so-called top that are misruling the whole globe because they are inbred Nazis that cannot see, that have gone around the world and stolen everyone else's identity, they've stolen everyone else's resources, and they've basically traded places with many people all over the globe. These individuals are misruling everybody because they are no longer sane. They have no more sanity. They are not sane. They've inbred too far, and they are not sane. Now, what we need to understand is there is something called CJD, and that's an abbreviation for Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Now, this is a disease that is called a prion disease, and prion basically means that it is a protein disease. Now, I don't know why they don't just come out and call a spade, because when I hear prion disease and I look into it, all I hear is worms and parasites. That's what it looks like to me. Now, this particular disease, you can tell when you have it because you wind up with things like dementia, memory loss, hallucinations, personality changes, speech impairments, poor balance, seizures, and your whole stride and the gait, the way you move and walk begins to change. Now, they call the so-called human form CJD, or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, but you will know this disease best as mad cow disease. In cows, which are by nature vegetarians, it is caused by feeding cows other dead cows and make them cannibals, which is something that is not them by nature. Cannibalism is also one of the ways to cause CJD in human beings, and melanin-rich people are not cannibalistic by nature. Despite what they tell you about how we were cannibals when they found us, that is not true. Go back on what you know about the lush terrain that the Europeans found us on when they found us here, okay? Like Christopher Columbus himself said, I have never seen so much non-human meat in all my life as I found in the Americas, meaning there was so much of everything that one would require in a massive abundance. And the fact is, the world is still overly abundant today. There is more than enough of every single thing required for every single individual on this